Tiger, tiger, burning bright, in the forest of the night, what immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? Crap damn. We're talking about heroes and villains today. My Hero Academia is a wildly popular series, both the manga from the pages of Shonen Jump and the anime being produced by Toho right now. Wait, did I read that? Toho? The Godzilla guys? The series follows Izuku Midoriya, aka Deku, whose nickname literally means useless. Poor kid. He lives in a world where superpowers are ridiculously commonplace. Basically, everyone starts to develop them when they're a little kid, and it's a choice whether or not you become a superhero. Deku loves heroes. He's obsessed with them. He makes notes about them. He thinks about powers, and there's no one he looks up to more than All Might, the Superman, Captain America, Ultra Paragon hero of this universe. So it comes as quite a shock to little Deku when he finds out as a small child that he does not have a quirk. No superpowers for him. But Deku's luck kind of turns around when, after a chance encounter with All Might himself, he finds himself as the inheritor of All Might's power. But that's a lot of power, and an untrained body means lots of pain. That's right, every punch he throws breaks his arm. Or leg. You know what, you're getting the idea. This is a pretty cool setup for a show. The world that it's in is really interesting. And in addition to Deku, there are innumerable, really well thought out and interesting characters. I love everybody so far. There's a lot of depth, from your side characters to your more traditional mainstays. It's hard to tell who's going to be important at any given moment because no one or certain set of characters are just the automatic, always important ones, which is so freaking welcome. There's tons of characters that anyone watching can relate to, but here I am finding myself absolutely loving the character of Midoriya. Deku's a great kid. He wants to be a hero for all the right reasons. He wants to inspire people. He wants to be that big smile shining in the face of a chaotic world. He wants to beat back the darkness, not because of any fame it will give him, not because he wants something out of it, but because he's just a kid who wants to do right. Obviously, I have a soft spot for this kind of character. Deku's also just a character who I can relate to on other levels, his obsessive levels of research being one of the big ones. He studies every hero, the big name ones, his classmates at the superhero school, literally everybody. And because of that, he's knowledgeable. Think Agent Coulson from the Marvel Comics, but with powers to back up that encyclopedic knowledge. Deku works that way, and I love that about him. I also love the fact that he is very open with his emotions. He shows who he is on his sleeve, and sometimes that means that he's willing to put himself on the line or seem kind of corny because he's just an honest person. He often ends up crying publicly, and that's a feeling that I'm also really familiar with. I'm not used to characters who are set up within the narrative as strong being shown as people who cry a lot. And that's something that I really like about Deku, because that's always been who I am. That's probably who I always will be, and I'm fine with that. I like this character for that reason. Deku is a fantastic hero who I think is going to grow up to be a really great character, and I think that I could figure that out even if the narration at the beginning didn't tell me it every episode. But if you're going to have a great hero, you're going to need a villain. And sometimes the best way to handle a villain is to do a dark reflection of who the hero is. DC has made this work really well with characters like Sinestro to the Green Lantern, or the villainous Reverse Flash against the Flash. And does DC hate the color yellow? Could someone tell me why yellow is an evil color? Enter Shigaraki. Tomura Shigaraki is a very creepy character. I mean, look at him, he's all handsy. Shigaraki is a lot like Deku, though. Sure, his powers aren't quite exactly the same. Deku throws ridiculously powerful punches and kicks, while Shigaraki rots and destroys everything he touches. But he's also obsessive. He's prone to researching things to the same point Deku does. He has that same kind of encyclopedic knowledge, and for the same reasons that I love Deku, I find Shigaraki profoundly upsetting. He's constantly seen isolating himself. He's constantly looking down on his own failures, and when he gets frustrated, he resorts to self-harm. He even does it by scratching his own neck, a thing that I've been doing myself for far too long, for reasons that I don't entirely understand. What they're doing with Shigaraki in the anime is not entirely clear, and I haven't gotten to the later chapters of the manga where I understand he's developed even more. But he is a frightening antithesis because he has so many of those same qualities as Deku, but twisted in a really ugly way. In a way that, if done well, you can make an iconic and powerful villain, and if done poorly, can come off as really lazy. I think this time it's one of those powerful ones, though. And while I'm frightened by Shigaraki, I cannot wait to see where this series is going, and I can't wait to see Midoriya grow. Hopefully, we can all watch this together, and it can be a discussion point on the channel in the future. But until that future arrives, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you really enjoy what I'm doing, feel free to help me out by throwing a little money my way on Patreon. It can really help me get through the month, you guys. It's been a crazy summer already. As always, though, remember to keep your chin up and keep on spockin' in the free world.